Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another episode. This episode is going to be our best yet. You gave me a bit of a side-eye look then. What were you thinking?
Like in 5 to 10 seconds, I have to gather myself, swallow it up, and then do that.
It's the start of a new week here. It's peak summer, it's hot, it's humid, it's tough, but we are back with another Eco Vlog episode, and I'm pretty confident that this episode is going to be the best vlog episode that we've done. We've got more insights from what we're building, more live updates, more behind the scenes. So enjoy the episode. And if you are enjoying these episodes, then please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and leave a comment. It's all appreciated by the team. We are all trying our best to bring you better content, I guess you could say, throughout the whole week. So enjoy this episode. See you soon. It's a quick one today because we're running late. So on the calls and the KPIs, just to clarify, you did actually do a deal.
But I did my KPIs as well.
Yeah, I know, but you were late. Which is also part of the KPI.
No, I'm calling the 97.
Yeah, the 97. We'll check it later, don't worry. So we'll see. We'll verify it. The best 45, 20. How were the weekend calls?
Sunday, like bare minimum. Saturday was decent.
But Joe, no calls on Sunday. But you managed to scrape 22. So of course Saturday was better than Sunday.
That's why I did say it was better.
That's a surprise. Nate scraped over the line yesterday. Well done. Devesh, you gave me a bit of a side-eye look then. What were you thinking?
I thought he was gonna say, I've bad news for you. And that's what he said. Like, yeah, I know. He said, I have good news for you.
Do you know what? I regretted it straight away because I thought in my head, you need to be the opposite about an offer. You shouldn't be saying bad, so I disagree. I think it's a bad word move.
What?
About the offer.
To do what?
To go bad through the bracing and the acquisition. Yeah, acquisition. Yeah.
Why do you disagree with it?
Because I'm trying to make it good. The last thing I want to do is make it bad. Because I know instantly, to be fair, I know why we do it, because you're making it bad to be better. But I think the idea...
I know what you mean. I said that last week as well, though. I think with the bad news, I wouldn't say this is bad news. If it's an offer of 14, I wouldn't brace them, to be honest. I'd be a bit more presumptive and positive about the whole thing. Buzz in the confidence to wait. I had to wait for a long time. I don't think you're ever going to have that in real life.
I feel like the thing I would do differently is I would get a lot more context around, but again, we're role playing. But in general, I would get way more context about why he's looking to sell. And then the way I would frame it is a bit different, where I would say, look, there's three ways you can go about this.
Why he's looking to sell at this point, it's been a couple of weeks after listing. In the beginning, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, I would do that. But like again, we're role playing, so I get that.
No, it's supposed to be more difficult than real life.
Yeah, but I would still get way more context. Like I'm saying in a real life situation. I don't know if you should do it here.
I agree with the context. I just don't agree with the fact that you said, getting him to explain the reason why he's listing. It's been 2 months down the line.
Well, if he's like serious,
you're trying to get the listing, it makes sense.
I get it. But anyway, that aside, I would frame it in a different way, where I would make him feel more in control. I would say, listen, it's your property. There's 3 things we can do with this offer. We can either accept it, reject it, or we can go with a counter offer. Which one would you like to go with? Because he's the one who said we should go with a counter offer. So I feel like if Nate does that and he makes the seller feel in control, then I feel like that's the better way to frame it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely want to give them the sense of autonomy. Devesh?
You mentioned about the price, about the price you said about market price, and it's been like 2 months, I think. But then you should just say something along the lines of like, we don't control the market.
Yeah,
that's a better way of just saying like, we just don't control the market. Like
the reason I said that, he said that I want to break the market price. So we could go deeper into that. It sounds like you're not serious to sell. It sounds like you're not in a hurry to sell.
Yeah,
that's where I was like, you could ask more questions, you could have more control, have an answer, get more information, and then use that.
Yeah,
good stuff. All right, Devesh, right? Let's do it. Let's just go for a 2% commission on a listing form. So this is before the meetings, viewings. This is the listing. So you're basically pitching this exclusivity and 2%.
you want to go first?
No, like he just went into giving the review right.
Yeah, because I was thinking so many things while I'm like, go. So I think he missed the making me feel understood stage, and he went into, again, this is the thing with the best, she's so good at like the closing, but I feel like if he just makes me, like if he just labels a little bit up front,
tries to get to that's right a bit more.
yeah, then he could go into that. I feel like his closing is
100% the show that says the same thing.
no, I feel like yeah, but I feel like you should do that way before you go into speaking a lot. That's just my perspective.
Yeah.
And I also feel like, what was I saying? He was like qualifying himself, like he's speaking about like why you should choose me. Instead, it's the better approach as we're discussing is like him saying you might not want to work with me.
There you go.
But then I asked him like why should I choose you over other agents? And he started saying, oh this is it's like it's better to not play that game at all.
Which is why we do it, right? Because you forget about basically calling out the negatives and talking about why you might not want to work with me. You're basically qualifying them, flipping it around. Why would you want to work with me? Because I do charge 2%, you know? Why would it make sense to go with me versus these other people that are not really interested about charging a fee?
Work with multiple agents. And the thing about multiple agents is they start competing against each other to get you a lower offer to sell your property faster. So which one sounds better to you, having the hassle of multiple agents or working with one agent?
But me giving you exclusivity, how does that give me a guarantee that you're going to give me the best deal if you don't work with other agents?
But yeah,
You should take the time out.
it's like a battle here.
Yeah, Vash, what would you say? What would you add in from your side?
No, I was fine, but I just wouldn't say I'm not going to work with other agents and then right after be like, oh no, if it's with me, then I'll work with other agents.
So I feel like I can't really clarify that, but we're pushing for exclusivity, so.
Yeah. Just with exclusivity, it gives me the ability and freedom to work with everyone in the market. When I don't have exclusivity, I've got to, I'm not able to openly share all of the information because we don't have a solid agreement in place. I'm not working for anything, I need to have the agreement where I know that if I'm doing the work, I'm getting rewarded for it. But again, we don't explain too much. So it's not explaining it. So look, this is how it works. Agents that have exclusivity and do the work and do the job and get results are great because they're going to open your property up and bring you the most amount of potential buyers. When you give a contract to an agent that's not exclusive, they are not working for you. So they're only working for themselves to get their own buyers. What do you think would work better?
So I did that exact thing. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
So do you think that was a good approach? I did the exact same thing. You could have the hassle of working with multiple agents where they compete to get you lower offers so they get more commission, so that they get their commission faster. You could work with one
You didn't say
agent.
that.
I 100% said that.
No.
Did you guys hear that? I 1000% said that.
You said that working with other agents, they're going to trouble you. You didn't say it's going to be a hassle because you said they're
I
competing.
100% said it's going to be a hassle because they're going to compete with each other to get you a lower offer to sell the property faster, or you can work with one agent who could run through. I didn't explain that much, but I said I gave those two options.
Oh, but how are we looking on data-wise in terms of the numbers that we've got? Have we got enough? You're good. You got lots.
I have a lot of clusters left. I have 2-3 clusters left.
Okay.
So I'm good for now.
That's
I feel like,
how the list is looking.
I'm in a very weird position where I have 4 or 5 people that are ready to list. One person agreed, like 2 people have agreed listing with me. We're just in the end stages where it's very weird. One person agreed, called him again, agreed. He's like, I'll send you the documents today. Called him again yesterday, didn't pick up.
Close to yeah. Okay.
So-
I mean, just gotta keep following up on those people. Nate.
Opinions on what they did, or
No.
Data.
data-wise, we're good. I mean,
You are?
Sidra, maybe more details, like location in the community and stuff, maybe.
Well, you do that. It doesn't come like that. Joe's done that for April.
Yeah.
You gotta make that yourself.
Yeah, then we're good.
It's been a good 2 weeks on the numbers. I know you were ill and I know you missed on Sunday, but these 2 guys have been so consistent, really, really stepping up to the mark. And it's difficult when you've done it for a few weeks to keep it going, but you've got to do it. It's about, what I said about being successful. Sometimes it's doing the boring things day in, day out. It's not always about these big, exciting deals and negotiating and ups and downs. It's about doing the key things. Whoever can do that and last the longest doing the basics is going to get the rewards. So that's what it's about this week. Planning. Remember, if you're going to be out, you've got to plan. But another week, let's see what we can do. Let's try and listings, right? So we missed listings last week. You got one or you got the deal?
Deal was done, but the listing will be done this week. And then I'm revising another listing this week as well.
I did the
Did you do a listing what?
the Maple one.
Rental?
Yeah, rental.
Okay. How much is it?
350K.
Is that a real listing?
Furnished? Not at all. Furnished. It's a back-to-back.
Furnish.
No.
No.
Yeah, he's asking for.
Oh, 5 bed.
No, it's a 4-bed. Yeah, but he said he could afford to have the property vacant for 10 years. So.
I mean, look, sometimes that happens, right? So what did you say?
I mean, I just took the listing to build a relationship. You never know what he has. He might have something else.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's a good approach?
The more that I'm learning, the more that we are studying, I would say there's a difference. You've got to suss it out, because sometimes people say 350 and you bring them 300 and they'll take it.
True.
You know, they're more used to playing those games, whereas some people are just saying 350 and they genuinely, you will see them still on the market in 6 months. So you've got to decide what you want to do. But I'll be less excited about taking it now, knowing what we know. I wouldn't be that bothered about getting it if it's crazy prices. I don't want anyone to leave the office tonight having an easy day. By easy day, I mean just having no substance in your conversations, not having to give bad news or an accusation audit. You're not going to make any money. So start thinking about that. You start feeling satisfied when clients are getting upset in a way, because that means you're making things happen. When everybody's just happy with you, you're living in this nice little bubble, there's no money coming, I'll guarantee it. And remember, these conversations that we're having now, getting the listings, agreeing the commissions, getting the price reductions, that's going to lead to business in 2-3 months. Like this guy that you had an argument with, so-called argument with, you need to have a call with him. You need to have a different conversation with him. You need to try something. You need to try and keep the ball rolling, because he's a seller and you've got a buyer, and the price is not too bad. You can't accept that deal not happening. You just can't accept it. It's just madness.
I think it could be better, but it's the first one.
What do you think could be better?
When I looked at the video, I noticed I was swinging left and right.
Sweet.
Literally, I was scrolling the video. I was like this.
Okay. Well,
You got upset at me when I gave you feedback.
I wasn't upset. Like you just said, you just listened to me the whole time. He just listened, and then he said, "Do it again." That's what I did. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's presentation. I don't. We don't need the paper. Like
you don't think so?
I don't think so.
I would need it personally, 100%. If I was trying to give like numbers, plot sizes, prices, previous plot prices per square foot, I'm gonna need some notes.
Okay, I'll say it differently. We need to look at it as least amount of times as possible, because we know what we're talking about. I don't need to look at the paper to say like Greenbelt is better.
You only need to look at the paper to get the numbers.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
dates.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Everything else you know already, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that part. What about if we put like key points on there and then try and stood here, so that you might look a bit weird though, right?
Yeah,
I
plus
thought you said you had a teleprompter.
I do have a teleprompter.
Why don't we use that?
We can use it, yeah.
Let's try that then.
Yeah, but just that I'm not here this week. You want to tell him what's different before that take?
Oh my god.
Nate lost it at me.
Bro, you made me sound like I'm crazy, man. No, so what happened was Devesh had the mic on.
So we shot Devesh's content first, and Devesh had the mic on. And then it was Nate, and he had a viewing right after, so we were trying to finish things quick. So he started doing his take immediately, but we forgot to switch the mic, so mic was still on Devesh. And he did the whole take, and at the end of it, he was like, "Oh man."
Yeah, this is the real phones.
And he went off for like a whole minute. I was like, "Oh man, that was like the perfect take. I can't do it."
It's so good. It was better than this one.
Okay, that's great.
It was really good. I had to, like in 5 to 10 seconds, I had to gather myself, swallow it up, and then do that. But the first one would have been good. But it's
But
good.
there's a very big difference in this version and the version that we were shooting in the conference room 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Oh my god, imagine.
Yeah, such a big difference.
First time that we do it.
No, it's not just that. I think it's a culture thing. Like in my culture, like it's just not a thing to be on camera. Like people are super private, and even when you, let's say, when you make money or when you achieve things, it's a flex, not to flex, and it's just the opposite of what you know what I mean. And it's just my first time. It was just too much. But at the end of the day, like who's paying? Nobody's paying my bills.
Yes. They're in and the lights are not working, but it's looking great. I really love the colour of the curtains. You know, the great thing with this unit, you can't see the water. Like, look at that. There's no block.
Honestly, this is for yourself.
You know, we'll get some families here with these units because of the school. We have the Swiss school just here.
Even for yourself, you know, it's so quiet.
These facilities. And for you, anybody that wants something to move into sooner or rent out sooner, just bring them here, you know. You offer the off-plan. Some people say, 4 years is a long time. Bring them here.
Right now,
And you can see this quality. It's better.
What you promise, you deliver.
Yeah. For next project, it'll be great. Should be even better. Let's head out. I've got a meeting in Dubai Hills now, but I need to go. I need to head out. It feels surreal, to be honest. Just mad that we were selling this project. I must have done, feels like, thousands of presentations. Quite a lot of people probably thought that it was never going to happen. And yeah, it just doesn't feel real that we're actually here now. And it's better than we ever imagined, to be honest. Now we're in the stage of snagging. So we've started snagging about a month ago, maybe just over. So we're inviting clients from the lower floors going up to come and inspect their properties. And usually with snagging on some of the big developers, I've had really bad experiences. You might be in a 2-bed apartment for like an hour, noting down every issue that you have, and there's so many. But with this, the appointments that I've been on, and obviously we get a report of every single snagging, there's just nothing really that's coming up. So quality is incredible. But like I said from the very first presentation, the best part about this project is the resort and facilities. So this plot is 235,000 square feet, and we kept 155,000 square foot for the green space. So you have 4 swimming pools, paddle tennis, basketball, volleyball. There's a beach area. There's
What's this behind us right now?
This is the entrance. So this is where you come in, and this is where you'll have valet parking. This is most likely going to be our office for ACO, and all the facilities, cinema, children's play area, restaurant, coffee shop, all on this side. The entrance is just, I mean, look at that. It's pretty impressive, right? 12.5 meter high ceiling when you enter. So in answer to your question, yeah, I would go with pretty surreal to think that we sold all of this out. 3rd floor, 90. She should have said. Yeah, so we're just in Dubai Hills now. Pretty incredible to see. I used to try and sell this area when it was just a desert, basically. So every time I come back, I'm always shocked at how much it's developed. This is DHG. So Martin's been speaking to them for a while, and they've got some interesting projects for our clients. So we're going to find out more. But I believe they've been developing a lot overseas before they came to Dubai. Hello. So let's see.
Hello. Hi.
How you doing? Liam, nice to meet you. How's it going?
Hello.
Sharon. You good?
Yeah. The apartment, a 2-bedroom, you will have, you can see exactly how we also, because our foundation of the company in general is construction. So we brought our engineering, we have own engineering in Switzerland and Serbia. We moved 5 people here. They are living in Dubai, they're working now here and making sure on the construction that the contracting company and consultant are connected to our supervision team, that they make sure that the quality is delivered that we want and expect. We don't do ultra luxury, and it's not my band, but you know, I'm a developer, so it can be that I have already some opportunities. I'm looking at in Abu Dhabi, for example, I'm in negotiation with a hospitality brand, which is very luxury. That's something I would do, but our company focus on premium, affordable product.
Okay. But just while I was in the plan for starting this company, an old friend of mine was a developer from Switzerland also. And Karim.
What's the company name?
Swiss Property Development.
Really? And they have projects here?
Yeah. So I met Karim on his first project, 2017, in JVT, Park 1. It was a small project, 56 units, boutique. It was his first project in Dubai. So he was learning the business, but it was nice because in those times there really was no quality. And now you think it's bad, but 2017 was nothing, you know. So he was doing something a little bit different. And I really, you know, we got on, we became friends. And then 2021, when I was setting up this business, he contacted me for a coffee and said, look, I have a new project. It's quite a big project. It's going to be 280 units. What's your plans? I said, I'm just about to open a company. So I partnered with him. And we launched the project in 2022, October. And it was a big success. It was the Kempinski Residences The Creek. So branded residences, 5-star. It's a beautiful project, yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
This is a site, and everywhere we based 2 elevators.
Different because obviously it's fully fitted and the property doesn't come fully fitted, so it gives a different feeling. But yeah, as a show apartment, it's nice.
I think we're registered.
You should be registered too.
people may not like hearing bad news, but what they like even less is getting blindsided by it.
I'll put it this with free agents, blah blah blah, blah blah. You would then say to them, you would then keep in contact, but sort of, I don't know, do something different or do something to open another door. If someone's not selling, send them a market report or property valuation, and that's just taken to the next process. If you got a buyer and they're like, oh, I've got this much budget, you're giving them options and stuff. Yeah, it's about like giving them something valuable, as you always say.
I agree. So again, while we're here now, let's talk about the tools. What have we got? What tools can we use when we're having these conversations? Calibrated questions. So give me a calibrated question.
What would that look like for you?
What would that look like for you? Is that a calibrated question?
Yes.
It's not that calibrated. I think you could add more in there to influence the person.
Yeah.
So it should be trying to...
What would need to happen for you to list the property with me? Something like that.
Yeah. What other tools have we got?
Labeling, mirroring, paraphrasing, bracing.
Yeah. Accusation on it. This guy knows. This guy's going to be a top negotiator by the end of this. You got some punch?
Yeah, so these are the questions you sent us. So for example, would you be opposed to me sharing a story? Are you totally against the idea of us working together? Would it be wrong to assume that you've informed an impression of whether you want to work with me? Would it be crazy to think you have a specific price in mind?
Let me read, because I'm just going to do the first bit. So, would it be unreasonable? Would you be opposed? Are you totally against the idea of X? Would it be wrong to assume? Would it be crazy to think? Would it be out of line for me to ask? Would it be completely wrong of me to say you're looking for something, yeah? What would need to happen? That's like you said. What would that look like? What criteria is most important to you? What should the next step be? How should we proceed? How will you decide? How will you see us working together? How would you see us working together? What are you really hoping for? What is important to you about that? What would make this a great experience for you? What's your biggest concerns? What are you basing that on? What have I left out? Who else do we need to discuss that with? Yeah, and that was some other stuff. So got some of those questions. I really want the other side today. So the client side, I want you to give more. Yeah. I want you to actually talk. Nate, you can't just freeze and say one word answers. It's not going to help anyone. You got to really be realistic. Don't be too easy, but like talk. Try and give some information. It's a good one, but it's not good for what we want. So I think the main challenge that you're going to have right now are people wanting to sell, but they don't want to list, right?
Yeah, I've had that yesterday.
So let's jump in with that one. So let's just say, how much is the property worth? 17 million, 16 and a half is the price. Let's say the seller wants, how much does he want? 17.5?
The seller wants 17.
17, so it's a good price.
It's a very good price.
It's a very good price. You've got buyers that are interested, but you want to get it listed, one, so that you can put it online and get other clients that want to buy the property, but two, because you want to secure your deal. Same scenario that you're working with right now. Yeah. Okay. Nate, remember what I said. I want you to really try and talk more, give some more so that he can try and dig in and use these questions. This is not about getting the other guy to close the deal, so don't freeze. This is about bringing out the tools, mirroring, labeling, doing an accusation audit, getting the calibrated questions in there, getting them to say that's right. That's what I want these to be about. I want this to just part of your normal everyday conversations. Let's go. So yeah, I mean, you got to, again, don't worry about closing. I'm not going to sit here and go, you didn't close it. You lose.
The question was good. I mirrored once, and that was like he was really good with experience.
Yeah, better. Yeah, that's
how realistic conversation.
Yeah, exactly. This is how it's going to be realistic. You got to give a bit more. I really like how you're straight to the point and you're all about business. But I think you probably could have just dug in a little bit more at the start, just to try and almost give yourself some time. But it's all about putting the ball back in their court so that they're the one having to think and make decisions. That's the idea. Get them to decide, get them to feel like they have a sense of autonomy, and that's going to build the trust. And again, remember, we've got to try and summarize labels so that they say that's right. But it was good. It was good.
I just think he made the same mistake as me. But he was really good. I feel like he had very good control. He like got me to the close, but he also like asked me a lot of questions. Made me feel understood. I just feel like where me and him are sort of like lacking is I was giving him more information where he could have gone into that. But it was like, here's the close. Okay, we go down this line. Here's the close. But you're giving me all this information. It's better to not just go down the close. It's better to like feed off the information, make him feel more understood, and then the close is more natural.
I agree. But I love the way that you were really pulling out, the questions. You mentioned out, would it be outrageous for us to list at 16.5? The best part about the whole thing was where you asked how he would like to proceed at the end. I thought that was the best line that you've said since you started, I think. Do you agree?
I feel like this might sound really harsh. I don't want it to, and this isn't
Embracing.
This is embracing. I feel like you've got all the tools, but I don't think you're using them efficiently and effectively enough. I personally,
Exactly.
because I feel like there was a few times where, and I'm sure when you listen to us, you probably think the same thing. Because what it was
Easier than to hear.
No, that's what I'm saying. But then he can
That's
give
what-
me. But that's what we need to. We're not recording them anymore either. Like to record them, you'd be able to see. There was a few questions, and I thought you could really dig into them. Like they mentioned about investment, and there's not once you said about going into the investment. Like
You mentioned investment?
yeah. You mentioned
He
investment.
mentioned, money to invest in another property.
True.
She said another property.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about what he said is, would it be outrageous? Would it be out of line for me to say, or I don't know how you did it, but basically, would it be out of line for me to wait for you to say that you want to wait as long as possible
To achieve 70.
And he was like, no, I don't want to wait on just because I want to sell and buy something else. That was a great mislabel. That was a really good mislabel.
I think you've got all the tools, but I think we need to work on making the questions or whatever.
Efficiency, 100%.
Making it efficient.
100%.
Don't you think it's a mindset thing where we're just focused on the close? So like we don't even focus on the
Yeah.
It's like just don't even focus on the close.
Yeah,
Be
of course.
free from that and just like have a conversation.
Yeah, again, detach from the outcome. Don't be scared of saying the wrong thing or, bringing up something negative. That, I mean, it is a negative. It's better to bring it up because it's not going to be not there just because you don't say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't make something happen that's not already happening in the other person's mind. So better to just go with it, bring it up. But yeah, I think overall it's really good. Keep reading these and keep trying, keep bringing them up. We're going, we learn from recall, not from exposure. So it's all well and good me sending you them and you reading them, but you're really going to learn by being on the spot and having to bring it to the front of your mind and say it out loud.
Can I say something that builds up on what you said really quick? Chapter 4 says people may not like hearing bad news, but what they like even less is getting blindsided by it.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happens when you try to tiptoe around the tough stuff.
Exactly. You've got to be brave, right? You've got to be willing to say those negative things, not feel like you've got to kind of almost lie in a way and not talk about them because they are going to come up. When they do come up and you've skipped over them, you're just going to lose all confidence. You're going to lose all sense of trust. And then even if you do finish the deal, it's going to be a bad experience and they're never going to want to work with you again. So yeah, be brave, be courageous. When you know you need to say something, say it. You all know the right thing is always the right thing. It's not the easy thing. It's always the right thing, and that's what you've got to remember. You can't really lose if you're honest. If you're honest and you're doing the best you can and you're bringing up the difficult conversations and you lose, then it's not really a loss.
So you're true to yourself and you're actually trying to help.
So tell us about your dog.
My dog?
Yeah.
Okay. So she wakes up around the same time usually as my dad. She follows my dad's routine. My dad wakes up at 8. So usually other dogs go at like 5, 6, but this one follows when my dad wakes up. So
Was your dad's decision to buy the dog?
no, mine and my brother's.
We adopted. So you basically got the dog. You
Yeah.
pushed your family to get the dog, and then your dad's stuck with the dog.
No, I mean we all wanted a dog, but she just since she was a kid, so she sleeps with me in the room. But at 8 a.m. when she hears my dad wake up, she just whines and cries and just goes straight to my dad's room. So it's been like a habit. So mornings is always with my dad. She just knows it's a routine. So she wakes up according to his clock. When he gets up, she'll hear him go to the washroom or get water, and she'll just get up and stuff.
Much detail, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
She goes for a walk. She comes back. She can't eat for 30 to 40 minutes after a walk.
She can't.
No.
Why?
Because after you go for a run, do you eat right after?
I do personally.
Yeah. It's not really good for you.
Dogs are sensitive when it comes to
They're
types of
more-
food. Oh, first off, I think it was your best one yet. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Or are you just saying that?
No, I do agree. Okay, why? Because he had control. He gave me the options. He labeled and mislabeled, and the whole would it be crazy? You're really motivated. You're not desperate. So he found the sweet spot.
Started off straight from the bat with a label. Seems like you're really motivated to sell. That was great. I liked it a lot. Nate, what did you see?
He efficiently used the tools.
You really try to put it into the conversation all the time. How does that look to you, you said? You said, it seems like you don't want to leave anything on the table. You said, how do you expect me to create this level of exposure? I think you could have said that in a bit of a different way. How, as with any market in the world, we need the maximum level of exposure to get the most potential price. The only thing is, I felt like you were still a little bit too tied to the outcome.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've got to relax and take away that kind of
like conversation.
It's almost like you need to be the opposite in a way that you push them away, take it away to say like you're probably not going to want to work with me because I'm a full service, full fee agent, and I don't just collect listings, I sell them. So for me to work on this with you, we will need to first of all agree on a price that's achievable and the commission, because that's how I work. I get the commission covered from your side so that I can work with my network and my company can invest in getting the attention that your property will need in order to hit the price. But it was really good. It was great. Right now, this is not a challenge at all.
It's that time of the week again. Wednesday morning on my second lap, getting in my 10k run to start the day. It's a tough one today. So humid here in Dubai. It's actually really cloudy. If you were just to look at the sky, you might think you were in the UK. But being here on the ground, you realise you're definitely not. It's really close, stuffy, uncomfortable, but I actually quite like it. Today, or this week so far, not much to report. We're trying. I feel the team, I don't know, they're in and out a little bit. They're trying really hard. They've been super consistent, but they might feel like they're hitting a bit of a block with just consistently hitting the KPIs now for 2 weeks. A couple of missed, small misses here and there. But overall, I'm really happy with it. But I've just got to make sure that they feel motivated and focused and understanding that they've just got to keep plodding, keep pushing, and the results will come. So that's my main focus for this week in the morning sessions. So let's see if we can do it.
YSL perfume. YSL is the best colognes.
YSL is so basic though.
So
and it's
basic.
Like the niche edition, the niche collection.
The niche collection. You need the niche collection. Right. We're good. On it. So what we're going to do now. Right. How do we do this?
Do what?
Fix this situation, because I think you had the clown outfit on how many times?
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
So this is what happens now. I've had an idea. You get 3 chances of the clown outfit and then it's a fine. It's 50, fine. It's 50 dirhams.
Okay.
So if you don't hit this, 50 dirhams. Fair? 50.
You got a chance to wear it.
No, you're doing good. But actually, did he send in
Which one? The
sales?
I saw that. It was in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, you saw it, but did you send it? No good you seeing it and not sending it. Eh?
Fair enough.
Okay. What do you think? What is my job here as owner of this company? What do you think is my role? Want to hear it?
Setting the rules to get results.
Setting the rules to get results. What do you think?
Making sure we achieve it.
Making sure we achieve them. Good. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't want to sound too particular, but I don't think that's an owner's job. That makes sense. I think that's a manager's job, right?
Okay.
Just from past experience, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess I am an owner manager. Play manager.
You said owner manager.
I think my job is to set standards and to make sure that we agree on something as a team, it's fair, and then I hold everyone and I hold you accountable. So that's what I got to do. So I don't like making you wear a clown outfit or charging you 50 dirhams, but I want you to be successful. I want your business to thrive and I want you to make money. And the way that at this stage, in the first few weeks, first few months, first year of doing business, this is what it takes. We said it at the start of the week, right? It's doing the boring things day in, day out. I don't care if you're busy. Right now, no one's busy. Trust me, no one's busy yet. You're going to be busy once you've got 10 listings, 20 listings, live, premium, featured, whatever it is, and you're dealing with buyers all day long and you're out. And then you're going to be busy. Then it's going to be a challenge to hit these numbers. Right now, this is not a challenge at all. All it requires is just a few brain cells to think about what I need to do to make sure I hit them. I don't want it to be just like, yeah, I might do it, I might not. It needs to be, right, I've got to do this. At the start of the day, I've got to do it. So how do I plan my day? Where do I get this in my schedule? You need to take life seriously. You need to take this really seriously. Got to figure it out. So, right, everyone's really impressed. I know you've got what it takes, which is why I really want to help you, to be honest. I know that, like we've all said it, you've got the confidence, you've got the hunger, and you've got the fight. That's great. You just have to tie that with some numbers and some more of the conversation is going to lead to more opportunities. So, sorry, I'm blocking everyone out, but there we go. Just wanted to have that chat. So, is everyone still happy with that? The numbers are okay, comfortable, you can do them. I mean, everyone's doing them. Nate just scraping by, skin of his teeth again, but you're doing them. Yeah?
818 volts.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
What was the meeting?
Yeah, he's the owner, Vic. So the first guy, I met him. I think he wants a bit of cross sort of path work, but he does want to invest in Sidra. So the first
security.
Yeah. And then I met another guy who's really interested in investing, and he's got up to 2.35 million dirhams. I met him through contacting him from Maple, and yeah, he's a really good guy. But he's got approval. He's 60 years old now, so the approval is a little bit tough. So I've referred him to Lion Mortgages, and our guys over at Lion are going to really help us out and hopefully get him a little bit more money to invest in a better opportunity for him. So yeah, it's a really good day yesterday.
Honest and explained how you felt that went from your point of view.
I feel like I could have definitely been more conversational, dug in more information.
You came in super hot, super aggressive.
Like early on.
Yeah.
But I did ask him a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know, but you said...
It was sort of like...
It was like, what? Why do you want to sell? It was a little bit...
Too authoritative, too...
Yeah. I think the first thing you got to do is build that rapport in a way. Rapport's not a great word, but I think just build that. You got to focus on that's right. So you got to mirror to bring out what he's saying, and then you got to summarize what he's saying so that he feels like, that's right, you get me. I can trust this guy. He really understands my point of view. He's not just trying to push his agenda on me. Yeah?
Got it.
I think we're just a little bit too hot from the go. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I'd agree. It was the question of, it seems like you don't want to sell, which is a good tool. And it's a good mislabel.
Just once you've got the trust a little bit in a nice way. You know?
The tonality.
I'd rather you have that spunk and that energy and that fight rather than the opposite. I think you just got to tone it down a little bit and feel like, again, the whole analogy is walking over to the side of the road, putting your arm around them, shoulder to shoulder, showing them the landscape, showing them where it might go wrong, showing them the difficulties, and then helping them walk across. Not just saying, why do you want to sell? I wish you want, a little bit. But yeah, it was good to switch it around. Let's go. I'm getting excited feelings. I'm seeing this whole idea, this whole work that we're doing starting to pay off. Yeah. Again, you can always improve, but it was short, snappy, but you got straight away. What was the start that you said? Because I loved that start. You asked, what did you say? Tell me what you said from the start. I forgot. Did you remember, Joe?
Yes, your question is it?
Yeah, would it be out of line for me to say you made up your mind about working with me?
Awesome. All right, let's jump in. Price is 30 million. You're going to give an offer, which is market price, 30 million, but you're going to give an offer. No, market price is probably between 28 and 32. Overall, it's good. I think you can hold the pause a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Be a little bit braver on the silence. When you mirror the awkwardness in between, let them fill that gap. Because then they're really going to explain more, and you're going to be able to then label and paraphrase better because you got more out of them for what they're really thinking. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like when you don't allow the silence in between, Joe loves the silence always, even when we're on the phone. It's like you're trying to stop and you're running down a hill. Like, it kind of still like...
It's difficult, but that's why we're doing it now, right? Right?
Yeah. Thoughts on this? Yeah, I feel like everything was good. Like, I think Joe's great. But I think the closing, if we just... If you just gave the closing that the closing we were talking about earlier, where it's like 3 options, what do you want to do, gave him more control. I feel like that would have been a better closure. Yeah. But I think everything else.
Let's come up with this together as a team. What's the best question to start this off? Think about how you give a low offer, but you start with a question.
Talk about the loss.
What about how long do you want this property to be on the market without selling?
Sorry, that's before delivering message.
Yeah. Okay, think about that. How long do you want this property to be on the market without selling? What would the person say?
If you breeze off with that.
I don't want the property to be on the market without selling. Okay, well, I got to tell you something that you're not going to like. You're not going to want to hear this. And then you're going to say, the market has spoken. We've had the property for 2 months, and the data that we're getting, the feedback from the market, is telling us that the price is too high. So how do you want to go from here? Don't you mean? I think that would be a really good conversation. That's more of getting a price reduction. It's a little bit different, but yeah. All right, really sorry to cut this off. YouTube's been great this morning. We've got 60 people watching. TikTok, I think we're back, baby. Have you seen that guy? When he goes, we're back, baby. Pass it off. You know what I mean? The black guy comes out, did you miss me? I've seen it. Have you seen it? Did you miss me? Someone said like United fans this season. Whoa, we're back, baby. Did you miss me?
You literally just lost.
Yeah. So right now you're on the fine. It's every month, by the way. Maybe I should do 2 clowns and then fines, and all the fines go into the pot, and we decide what to do with it at the end of the year. Devesh, all I want to do is sing. Right, so Devesh, that means you're going to sing tomorrow, yeah? Anyone that's watching, Devesh has just agreed to sing live on the show tomorrow morning, Thursday, the 21st of August. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Right, Liam, tell us about the deal. What's the new deal? Where has it happened?
So this is not a new deal. We're just in the final stages of finishing 2 deals. So we're now basically uploading all the documents to the trustee office to make sure everything is in order, so that when we go with the clients to the trustee office to transfer the property, there's no mishaps or delays or any issues that arise unexpectedly. So we send everything, try and be as organized as possible, and it just makes everything run smoothly. There's just a few extra documents that we need to provide.
How do you feel about the guys, their KPIs, everything?
Yeah, like I said, I think I was on the run this morning when I was saying that it's my job now to make sure that they keep the foot on the gas, as they say in America, to keep doing the boring things that they don't love to do. But I know that they've just got to keep having the conversations. They've got to keep putting their name out there on the socials. They've got to keep giving value, and they've really just got to start to build the snowball, which will eventually be big enough to run on its own. And sometimes in this job, you just can't see where your next deal's coming from, and that can put a lot of people off. And as soon as they start to feel that it's not happening, then they can start to go down a slippery slope, I guess you could call it, where they're just feeling like nothing's working. I'm not saying that the guys are feeling that, but it's just my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Is there anything that you feel that should change in the way they approach people or in the way they're doing calls that will help them get more deals?
Yeah, like the stuff that we're doing every day, the books that we're reading, the videos we're watching as a team, it's all going to help. The biggest idea that I want them to take on right now is to be able to build trust effectively with their clients. Because once you have real trust, and once you actually understand and prove to the client that you understand how they're feeling and what they actually want and how they actually see things and what their vision is, then and only then will you have the ability to guide the client and to not just get a deal, because you can get deals not doing that, just by pushing people and rushing, I guess you could say. But when you have the trust, it's not only doing deals, but it's doing deals in the right way, and that will build long-term business for everyone.
What did you think about the conversation from last week with the guests that had come to the office?
To be honest, I feel like with the training idea that she has is to train, which is great. Everybody needs training and you can always get better, but I feel like as a leader, that's my obsession and it's my passion. It's something that I'm not just having a business to do my own deals and leaving the team to it. I am really involved in researching, coming up with new ideas, making sure that we're at the cutting edge of what ideas are out there in order to help the team. So that's something that I'm not really that excited about, but I wish her all the best. She's obviously, been here a long time, got a lot of experience, and I'm sure she can help a lot of people.
I have one more question, which is, do you think there's a difference in the pitches or in these conversations when it comes to off-plan versus secondary?
Difference in conversations? Well, you're going to have different situations. So, of course, there's going to be different conversations. I feel like with secondary, you're going to be dealing with the sellers, especially over a longer period of time. There's going to be a lot more kind of bumps in the road, where you really need to have that trust with the client to be able to guide them through low offers, inactivity, viewings where the client doesn't turn up, those kind of things. You need to be able to have that relationship, whereas off-plan typically happens a little bit faster, and you need to be more of a guide and confident on knowing information. You need to be able to help the client feel confident in deciding on one option versus 1,000 other options. So you really need to know your stuff, know your areas, know your developers, know the differences and benefits of different developers.
Out of all 3 of us, no, neither of us are going to sell this thing.
1, 2, 3. No one's got to sell this thing. Why?
It's not happening.
Well, it is happening. It's not happening for us, but it is happening.
No, it is, yeah. And even the rentals.
What do we need to do? Because the data that we got is really great.
Yeah, but
So that's
what I've realized the majority of calls people are like, no, I don't want to sell. Or if I want to sell, it's for a price that's not actually realistic. Or it's if you get someone.
So we're getting the knowledge of what's available, but we're just not getting the listings. But if I ask you what's available in your...
Yeah, I have like at least like 10 villas I know that's available for rent or sale.
How many for sale? We're doing the Friday. We're doing the
What's available?
what's available.
Yeah.
We need to probably do that soon then. It's urgent. We don't have any listings because you can't make money without listings.
Yeah, and the rentals that we have are prices just not.
Okay, so we need to change.
Like now, I've just sent out a new font to one of the villas we had listed because we got 0 leads.
Because it was too much.
Yeah,
So you change the price.
yeah.
17.5k, which is huge.
Right now, usually I get a little bit of prep done the night before for our live show, but last night was a bit crazy. I didn't manage to get anything done, so I'm trying to just make sure I've got some interesting points to talk about this morning when we go live on TikTok. Already live on YouTube. When we go live on TikTok at 9:30 approximately, and we review what happened in the land department in terms of sales yesterday. We pick an interesting sale, a deal of the day to review. We look at the news as well. So let's see. Right now, I've just found an amazing deal to talk about.
Stay tuned, guys. Watch our live.
I've got a meeting now in Dubai Marina. We're just discussing the process for what the strategy is going to be after the project completes, which is the Kempinski Residences project. So 280 apartments. There's going to be a lot of clients that want to do the short-term rental. So we're organising how that's going to go. Probably going to be handing over around October, November time. So got a bit of time, but need to make sure that everything's properly planned and prepared so that everything's smoothly on that front. Also, we've got the office that we're going to be opening in the project. What else? And also future projects as well. We're going to be talking about what we are narrowing down on potentially for future real estate development projects in Dubai.
Yes.
Good day on the calls, all in the 140s. Nate's the lowest again, 140. The bottom of the pack. Ryan 145, Joe 146, and Divesh 147. So he goes 45, 46, 47. Something's not right. Something's fishy's going on here with these guys. Yeah, the AQI, the air quality is a lot better. Yeah. 110. It used to be up to 160, so I'm happy with that. All right, let's round things up from yesterday at the Dubai Land Department. We saw 893 properties transfer ownership for a total of 2.82 billion dirhams. Business Bay at the top spot again when it comes to the total value of sales. We saw 103 apartments sell and one plot of land for 335 million dirhams. So Business Bay recorded a total of 522.19 million dirhams worth of properties transferring yesterday. Pretty strong day for Business Bay. Deal of the day for us, for me, has to be a 3-bedroom apartment in the One Palm. What an incredible project the One Palm is. For me, when this project was first starting to come out, there was a show, I think there was 2 show apartments, and I did quite a few viewings and meetings there. I did some videos and content, and that was my dream. I had a real clear vision that I wanted to live in the One Palm one day. Unfortunately, I've changed my mind now. I don't want to live on the Palm Jumeirah anymore. But still an unbelievable project. Key points. So construction started on the One Palm in 2014. Sales launched in around 2016 to 17. And the handover was completed in 2021. So this project took 7 years. There were some delays. There were some changes in contractors, I believe. But they got it done in the end. 25 floors only and 94 residences. So very boutique, very private residences. So 3 bedrooms sold yesterday for a total of 27 million dirhams. The apartment was 3,096 square foot, and that's 8,720 dirhams per square foot. In today's news, just recapping what happened last month again. So we saw a total increase in the sales value in July 2025 of 27% increase in value and a 24% rise in transaction volume versus July 2024. So almost 24% rise in transaction value and volume. Primary ready market completed properties. So we saw 1,961 transactions for 12.2 billion dirhams on ready properties. This is a 56% rise in value and a 66% jump in volume from July last year. We saw an 88% in volume of transactions and a 123% increase in the value. Then we looked at the top 10 most in-demand communities. This is according to Property Finder data. Dubai Land was in at number 1, Dubai South following that, Jumeirah Village Circle, DIP, Dira, Dubai Hills Estate, Dubai Creek Harbour, Dubai Marina, number 9, Business Bay, which seems strange since we're having such big figures recently in Business Bay, and Al Marjan Island was in at number 10, which is the only location outside of Dubai, and obviously that's in Ras Al Khaimah. There we go. That's today's roundup. Hope you enjoyed it.
Especially if it's a fresh caller you never spoke to before, trying to get them to convince to drop in on their agent is going to be tough.
So I've been doing this. I need your input on this because this is what I've tried. I've tried to get to know if they've had any offers, if any of the agents haven't got them any offers, how long it's been, dive into their pain a little bit more. But yeah, again, they've been like, we need some more time. We could probably list it with you. We can have this conversation a week from now.
You don't want to know the answer to. I don't think you mention offers. I think you can mention offers on other properties and what's happening in the community to show your expertise. But I don't think asking them personal questions.
Well, they're going to be basically what you're trying to say is the other agents aren't doing enough, right?
Yep.
But if you just come out like that from the start, they're going to feel like this guy's a little bit desperate.
A little bit the same thing.
No, you shouldn't really slate the other agents. What we need to try and do is have a conversation and build some trust and build a bit of a relationship so that we can then start to follow up and hopefully get a foot in the door, you know? So one way to do that, as we know, is to build trust. And how we build trust is to, first of all, mirror, then listen and really try and understand, dig into what they're actually selling, what they're actually saying, how they're actually feeling, try and find out what their vision is, because we know that vision
drives decision.
That's it. Vision drives decision. I'm good?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Vision drives decision. This is the point I'm trying to get to. In these situations, it's not always about trying to close.
No. I'm just asking the scenario of
using the tools. I want to see you using the tools to get information out. And remember, I want the other person, the seller, to give more. Yeah, you got to be really almost fluid in your thinking, and you got to be like ready to go different ways. And you're trying to remember all of these things, like the tools, and you're pulling out the same ones. But I would say, yeah, I know what you're saying about the last bit. You were nearly there.
I feel like it was the best one because he found out every single pinpoint of him.
It's really good. Like, you started so well. Why did you pick 3 agents? You maybe could have changed it to go with how did you decide on picking those agents? Just to understand, because previous behaviour will influence future behaviour, right?
I said that the other day. I feel like we use the tools, but sometimes we don't use them effectively or efficiently enough.
Yeah,
that's the questions. I think the questions are the hardest ones.
Questions are the hardest ones because you've got to really think about what they've said. Not just give a question that makes no relevance. You're going to put that into the question, to calibrate the question. But yeah, really positive. One thing that I would say from this is that when you're giving the statements like it seems like, I think it really has to be relevant. Otherwise, it doesn't come across genuine, you know? So for example, you started off, I can't remember exactly what you said, but then you said, it seems like you're really motivated to sell this property, but you haven't really said anything for you to think that,
but that's like a mislabel because I don't know yet. So that gives you more information.
Yeah, I agree, but maybe a mislabel would come a bit later when you have a bit more context. I feel like the person would be like, why would you think I'm motivated to sell? You know, you might think this guy. Then it's like the opposite because he thinks guy's just thinking I want to sell quick. You know.
So in that situation, you mirror more.
Mirror
more, get more information.
Yeah, absolutely. Mirror more until you feel like you've got a really good gauge and gauge on how they're feeling and what their real issues are. what the vision is, you know. And then, I mean, look, to summarise, you said, look, you've got your agents already, and that's great. You know, it's much better to have worked with agents than others. I really, you know, feel like we could help you with this. There's a few reasons like you might not want to work with me. Well, look, to be honest, I work exclusively on my listings and I charge a fee. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but you know, we find that being able to do that means that I can work closely with you to figure out and help you achieve your vision, and we then can expose the property to the full market. You say, if you don't mind me asking, quite a bit. I don't know if we need to do that. I feel like you're being a little bit too kind of deferential and a little bit submissive. Like, do you mind me? Do you mind? I'm so sorry. Like, you're apologetic too much, you know? Be confident.
Yeah.
Confident, clear, calm. That's what they want. They want to feel a sense of control. This guy is under control, not somebody that like needs permission to do everything, right? So instead of saying, if you don't mind me asking, just ask.
Yeah.
Right? Again, detach yourself from the outcome. Maybe you're going to lose the listing. Maybe, you know, it doesn't matter. You're not worried about that. You're just saying what needs to be said. Okay? It's your right to ask at the moment. There was a point where, at the start, where he said solid offers. We haven't had any solid offers. I think solid offers should have been the mirror, because then you'd have understood in his mind where his offer, you know, his prices. That was a really good, he was giving it to you on a plate for you to get that figure out of him, you know?
When he was just asking him, like, and you don't want to know, like, you don't want to ask that question.
Be wrong. Yeah.
And also, you question when he said he was frustrated, or he said like he's been on for a long time. You asked him a question about being frustrated. He said he was saying like, it seems like you're really frustrated.
Yeah.
And just like labeling it.
Yeah, that's a great one.
He asked a lot of questions. I think.
Any of the tools that you could have added in?
Accusation audit.
Accusation audit.
So before I asked them by going that I'm a full fee, you might not want to hear this.
Might not want to work with me.
Yeah,
You might not want to work with me, but you did say full fee, which was good. You said, would it be wrong to assume? I can't remember what the last part was. Ridiculous. So, look, I'm happy with everyone's performance. The training program, it's constant. It's never ending. It needs to be a bit of an obsession now if you really want to have the confidence.
I was making him speak too much. That's what
No, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
You don't want to be speaking, you want them to be speaking more.
Right. The only thing I don't want to be critical. Do you know when you say I see? That's the one thing I don't like. I don't think it's like you're taking in the information. You're thinking about it for a minute. Instead of saying I see, if you said like get me the best offer, if you said get me the best offer, instead of saying I see, right?
Yes, feeling confident?
I wouldn't have the questions.
You look really nervous.
Yeah.
What you could do is say the phrase in a question.
In a question first.
So you said waiting for a good offer. You didn't say you're waiting for a good offer.
That's what I was.
Because then it's a question, right?
Sure.
So you've got to mirror in a question, not have it to just reply to what he's saying. That's the difference.
So Jill is happy because I have 520 followers.
Exactly. Have you seen your TikTok videos and how they're performing?
Yeah, so one of my videos, this one, got 17.5k, which is huge.
Why? What are you doing on there?
Well, just we were BTS from the book club we have, and me explaining certain thing about the book, and for some reason people love that, so we're going to be focusing more on that and the content that's performing well. Another one is this one, it's got 16k views. It's a trendy video. I don't want to do a lot of trendy videos, but I mean, if they're doing good, then it is what it is. Keep doing that.
Do you have like a specific loyal follower that you would like to shout out?
Oh man, Pluto, Romantic Man, Moments, and many more I can't remember right now. Those three are the top 3 supporters of mine.
You're performing way better than the ACO account is, by the way.
The ACO has how many followers?
We're on 420, I think. Yeah.
561? I'm almost there.
You're catching up.
I'll ask some of my people to follow ACO.
Exactly.
You guys want some coffee? Come on.
So like where I'm wearing mine today, mine's are again a wee bit wider on the leg. They just sit on the foot. They have that very, very subtle break. So I could go down a touch. If they were mine, I would put them down a bit.
Yeah, like if I show you, you can see it.
Yeah,
I would
sit down, but yeah. Alright.
They fall off the calf nicely, but I think just that tiny wee bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so literally 1/4 inch ball round on the trouser, and then we're ready for off for lean. Alright? Just take a little bit here for the bicep, I'd be reluctant to touch the elbow, but I can take a touch of the bicep. When you flex the arms, how's that feel on your elbow and forearm?
That's amazing.
That's like a big
It's amazing.
Yeah? Where do you feel the tightness?
a little air, a little bit on my
Did it? Fantastic. You're good to get changed.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm taking a page. For me, I would be reluctant to, because see when you're standing, the sleeve falls really, really nice. And see, as opposed to having that catch, I would leave the sleeve where it is. On this arm as well.
Alright, so basically today, we're doing something different with you guys. We're not real estate role playing, we're basically having conversations, but only allowed to use the two tools. So the whole idea about these exercises is that we get better and that we actually start to be able to naturally implement the tools that we're learning. So in this scenario, it forces them to really think about how they can use the tools effectively and nothing else.
Have their own view on life or listen to other people having a view on life, don't form their own opinion on that. I feel like we're just going through life.
I see. It sounds like you don't like living life without any structure.
Not really structured, but it's like just having a general idea of the way you want to live your life.
A general idea?
Yeah, I feel like it's important to have those basic principles.
Basic principle.
Is it just me or does this feel weird?
I tell you what, it's really good at it.
It is.
Yeah, it's going to feel weird because it's the first time I'm ever doing it, right?
No,
And the whole idea
it
is...
feels weird for me because like it's like I think mirroring everything is a bit too much, no?
Yeah, but I can only mirror or label.
It's tough, right? Because you can only mirror or label. The whole point of this exercise is to force you, is to force you to like, where can I mirror, where can I label, what can I take from what he said, and then I have to decide on the spot, do I label it or do I mirror it? I can't ask a question, I can't give mine, you know what I mean? That's the whole part of it. So yeah, you missed that.
Joe, how's the day going?
Going well. I mean, we've just finished our market roundups for our audience to go out on our Instagrams, our social medias, and we've been trying to call and hit our KPIs, but the phones are a little bit slower, it feels today, than any other day. But we're going to do some content, we're going to keep hitting our KPIs, and straight and carry on into the weekend.
What are we doing today, though, actually?
No, we're gonna do a market roundup. I do Maple, he does Citra, Joe does all the golf course for Dubai Hills.
Right. And what else are we doing? We're not attending to clients' calls today, right?
We are the world. We are the agents.
What do you mind?
We are the ones who make Dubai a better place. So let's start not giving. Let's start selling.
Let's start selling.
So there we go, another ACO vlog comes to an end. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this episode. It might not have been the longest episode we've done. Been a little bit preoccupied in terms of being able to film consistently this week. I'm not sure how much content we've put in from the other members of the team, but hopefully there's enough in there and you've enjoyed following us around and seeing how we are getting on. The most important thing, and the thing that I'm really proud of, everyone who's contributed to making this vlog, but I am really proud of the consistency that we've managed to achieve with the vlog, and I really want to make sure we keep doing that. So if you are watching, especially if you're watching at this point, which means you've watched the entire episode, then please do subscribe, like and comment. Let us know what you like seeing, what you don't like seeing, what you want to see more of, and we will try and listen as much as we can and include what you guys actually want rather than just guessing. But from our side, we just want to share the real story, not just all the positives, and we want to bring you inside and really get a feel for what it's like working at ACO. I'm looking forward to next week. Jessica's going to be back and a couple of the guys. I feel like that, well, we've got some transfers and I feel like some of the guys are working on deals, and hopefully we finish August with a high. It's been a pretty disappointing month, I would say. I was really optimistic going into August at the start. I really thought that the success in July would carry through, but it hasn't yet. You know, we're on the 22nd of August right now, and we haven't had a deal yet. There's definitely a few that we're close to. I think we've had a rental, but we've not had a sale. So definitely a few that we're close to. School starts on Monday, Monday, Tuesday for most people, which means everyone's back in Dubai now. So hopefully this week is going to be really busy with lots of people wanting to buy and sell property. Let's see. I hope you've enjoyed this episode again, and thank you as always for watching.